Yeah. Young Gerald. Yeah. Yeah. Die line with the boom pow. Every week now I switch to a new style. 212s in the back just blew out. Everything I do end up in the news now. Yeah. Lead the club with a few now. Just some Hollywood and they do. I'm in the mood now. 2 a.m. What you wanna do now? What you wanna do now? Little baby, pass. Don't spill on me. That's Margella.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Saints going up against the Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Kai Forbath set to kick it away for the Vikings, and off we go from the Twin Cities. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Willie Snead all alone. The 40, the 20, 10, for touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead with officially a 103-yard return. And the Saints have taken the early lead. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray is a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Again, it's Murray. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Bradford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
There, harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
On third down, Bradford forced out to his left. And he is knocked down from the side at the 44-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. On fourth down, they do snap it. Bradford, and it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. First and 10, here's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. On first down, Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now the first NFL carry for the Tennessee man, Alvin Kamara. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. First and 10. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On third down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. On fourth down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Bradford from the gun on third down. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Here's the rookie from Florida State, Dalvin Cook, his first NFL carry. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now it's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That goes for a gain of 31.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push him back more. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. It's brought in by Floyd. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Let's go.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Marshawn Lattimore, the rookie from Ohio State. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Caught on the left side by Ginn. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Breeze now to throw. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got some space here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Breeze to throw on second down. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And it's third down. So not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And he's got Snead. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Breeze finding Snead there for a Saint first down. Saints were the best team in the NFL on third down last year. 49% conversion rate. Helps when you have Drew Brees back there.
It certainly does because he is just so analytical in everything he does. Goes through every progression on every snap in practice. So not much surprises him on game day.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Breaks a tackle. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Pretty bizarre for AP. Plays the first 10 years of his career with the Vikings. He leaves for New Orleans, and his first game is, boom, right here at Minnesota.
You think maybe he was headed to the home locker room when he got off the bus?
Probably got a little confused.
But I know one thing. He's going to be motivated for this one.
Throwing now is Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Breeze to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Caught right side, it's Snead. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now Breeze again. Brought in left side by Snead. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And Gibbs got it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They'll get 23 yards there. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. Peterson gets the handoff from Breeze. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Now Breeze throwing on second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now Breeze. Snead's got it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Breeze now on first down. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Again, it's Breeze. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 32. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a third down and 8.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Bridgewater now. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpired. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Breeze. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. They come out here in the eye. Breeze going to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And that will make this a 4-point game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
Open here, Adam Thielen. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That good for 19 and a 1st down.
But last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game. 1 for each. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
On second down, here's Breeze. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll make it third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. A give. This is Cook. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank. They run it again with Cook. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Shift together here from the D.